Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Inspiring Joy. My name is Jodi. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. It is so nice to have you here in our home joining me today in this video. So this video is going to be the next part of transition from summer to fall, early fall decorating. I have some new items I am excited to share with you, and some of you may also have them. They're pretty popular items in retail right now. And once I go through what I have, I'd also like to start doing some decorating. Again, this is early fall, so we're not doing pumpkins or a lot of bright oranges this time around, but it to me is a layering process, decorating for the season. So I will start with kind of foundational pieces and then add to those, do some layering upon those as we get further into the season. So I have new items, some returning favorites from last year and a few years prior, and I'm excited to share with you. And I'm so happy that you are here with me and tuning in. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back and relax, and let's start sharing and let's get started. So my first item that I want to share with you is a garland for the mantle. Now, in the past, I have not used a garland on the mantle for fall. It's primarily Christmas is when I use a mantle garland of sort. Although I did a mantle scarf for July 4th and I absolutely love that. So it gave me inspiration to carry that into the fall season as well. So let me share with you the garland here. And if you have something like this or picked up this very one, I got this at Hobby Lobby in their fall section. And this price in retail was $24.99 in the store. It was 40% off, so I thought it was a good deal. And it's this garland. I don't think I can stretch it out all the way on camera, but let me show you the leaves up close. So they have a bit of this, well, I'd say the lighter neutral shade of autumn and a maple leaf, and then they get a little bit darker down in here, which I think is super cool. And there's a little bit of a variation of light and dark throughout, and it's just a really beautiful. They're soft, and I like the neutrality of these. Then you can kind of add picks and other things to this. Now I do also like, as we get further into fall, the the oranges and the reds and all the vibrant colors of the trees that you see in nature. Just stunning, especially here in Ohio. For now, though, I will start with this, and then, like I said, we'll do some layering with some of those additional colors as we see some autumn colors come out in nature. Right now in Ohio, everything is still pretty green from summer, and it's beautiful. But I know our trees are going to start changing and the leaves will start falling, and that's kind of my idea of when I would start adding some additional true autumnal colors. So right now, I'm going to start small, slow with this transition and build upon that throughout the season. Okay, so this is the mantle. We'll start with that. And then I also have these candlesticks. I have two brass candlesticks. I picked up these over the summer at an antique store. I don't remember the price on these, but they are true brass, and I'll probably need to, buff them at some point. But I do like that they have some dimension to them of age, right down, like the patina has worn a bit in that way. So I do think they're a really neat looking candlestick, and I like all of the different levels and views on the candlestick itself, elements there. So two of those, we'll use those on the mantle as well. I did have black candlesticks throughout the summer, spring and summer on the mantle, and I'm kind of ready for a change, and I want to bring in some of the warmer tones of the brass with the fall colors and fall foliage with decorating, so we'll go with that. I also picked up this wreath. This is from, let's see, Threshold McGee and Co. out of Target. Put my head in it. Okay, so this is the magnolia wreath. Try to pull back a little bit so you can see the full thing. It is gorgeous, and this is the brown ribbon. I saw this on the preview of fall for Target before it hit the store. And I did an order, actually set a calendar reminder. This is how much I wanted this wreath for when I knew it would drop that day at Target online. And I ordered it online and they shipped it. And it's in great shape. And I just love the beauty of it. I love the browns and the greens. It's just very kind of simple, basic, but it has a grapevine wreath on the back to which everything's connected. So I'm going to use this as well for decorating today. I have a little 3M hook on the back of our front door, the side of the door that faces the inside, our entryway side, and I think I'm going to put it on that hook for now. And then as time evolves and decorating continues for fall, I may move that to another area, but for now I think it'll be really nice there and just add a little bit of color and dimension to our white door. Okay, a couple of other things I have. So I have this pillow as well, pillow cover that I picked up from McGee & Co. Also Target Threshold. And I love the colors. This is that green and tan. And I think with the colors that I decorate here at home, even the rug back there behind me, I think will be a nice blend of contrast and continuity. And there's even a little bit of like amber in here, if I can find that right there. It has a little bit of that kind of fall amber, greens, tans, neutrals. So I think that on our sofa will be nice. So I'll do that. And then my mom gave me this as part of my birthday present. My birthday is in July, and she gave me some wooden pumpkins, a candle, she and my dad. But she got it through an auction, I think, where she bid on certain things for charity. And the auction items were really neat. So she gave me some wooden pumpkins and a candle, and then this, there was a framed picture I would put up later, but this also, this is it's a runner, and it's not very long. It's about like this, maybe shoulders width. But the other side is really neat with the leaves and then this little button detail down here, which I think is super cute. So I think I'm going to put this on our table at the front of the door, by the front door in the entryway. It's a wooden table, and I think it'll be just the right size to decorate with for now. And then I may move it to our dining room table, but I also have another runner for that later on too. So we'll see. And then I also have this blanket, which I thought would be neat, just these neutral tans and cream colors for now. I've had it for several years, but I like to hang it over the back of the sofa or the side of a chair just to bring in the autumn colors. So if you put all of these together, the contrast, I like this because you have the tan, and you have tan in the pillow cover as well. So you're carrying tans, you're carrying some of this charcoal and the green and some of that brown here, and then you have a little bit of brown in this pillow cover. So it's kind of a variety of patterns, but similar colors in those patterns, which is a great way to add dimension and texture and keeping that continuity of colorway as well. So I like that, plus the leaves behind me for the mantle, I think will be a nice connection tying those together, because the fabric items other than the table runner, will be in the same room. So that'll be good. Okay, so I also have this vase, which I painted this outside. This was the color of the outside. This was the McGee & Co. on Threshold as well. Threshold McGee & Co. on Target's website. And I ordered this, or did I order this straight through McGee & Co.? I can't remember. But I got it. It was a little too orange for me. This was the inside. So I opted to, this is the bottom, Threshold. It was $40 at the time. It came very well packaged, and it's a solid, phenomenal piece of pottery. But I wanted the outside to be a little bit more neutral. So I did the painting technique on that, and I'm going to use it for some foliage. And let me show you here. I'm going to go off camera for just a second and grab a couple more things. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put in that pot, I think, if it fits. This is also by Threshold Studio McGee, and it's the faux arrangement. I saw this as well when the line dropped for Target, and I just love the color. I don't often decorate with this color. I usually do the neutral tans and oranges for fall, but I saw this online. I saw this with a few other decorators that I follow, and I love the color. So I'm gonna try this, and I think putting it in the vase that I just showed might work well. So we'll give it a shot and see how it works. I also have these stackable books that I picked up at Michael's Crafts, and they are actually for Halloween, which we're not at all near to decorate for yet, but I think they're super cool, and I think I'm going to use these and maybe show this outer side for now because it's more that gold side. And then as we get closer to Halloween, I may use them differently, but I just think they're kind of neat. Oh, and they open as well, so you can actually store stuff in there. Pretty neat. So this is $3.79 from Hobby Lobby, and it was just a little canvas artwork, and I want to try to use it somewhere either in the kitchen or on the mantle or the hearth or somewhere. So for now, I'm not quite sure, but I just wanted to share that because I think it's super cool. Very pretty. Okay, just a couple more things. I have string lights to use for decorating. Also have these little trees. These are from Hobby Lobby as well. I thought the colors were great. And then this, I think, is my last item to show. Yes. All right, so this was also Threshold. So this, the faux plant and the wreath are Threshold and Studio McGee. And so I think this bowl, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I really liked it. This was $25. And for our home, this works well. We have a lot of tans and wood and browns. So I love the striations. I love the feel. It feels like a true pottery piece. And look at the inside. So I think with a little bowl filler, I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to using this to decorate with as well. I'm not sure where yet, but I will certainly find a spot for it. Okay, and I have some picks and some other things, but I think I've spent enough time going through all of the items that I have, and I just want to make sure we have enough time for decorating as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start with the mantle. Okay, so here's the mantle behind me. I cleared it off. Everything that we had up here for summer, I took down. And the same with the hearth behind me, the little stairs. Everything is removed. So we will start up here on the mantle. And I think I'll start with the garland first. and get that situated. I still have my 3M hooks from Christmas, this past Christmas, that I can use to fasten on the garland. So let's try that and see how that works. So first I'm going to fasten this to the 3M hooks. I need to find a part of the garland that can fit onto those. I'm going to bend down the side, similar to if you had, a pick that you wanted to fit into the vase. So I'll put that down, and then I will run this. Actually, that hooks on nicely down here, so if I make a further hook, then I can step this down this way. Perfect. Perfect, actually, because I have a base as well to put here, so I'm not going to run the garland all the way to the end because I have another base that I did in my previous video, my first part of the early fall decorating. So I'll put that up here in just a moment, but first I'm going to kind of finesse these leaves down a little bit, bend them down just a bit, and up just a bit so you can kind of see some movement rather than just a flat garland on your mantle. So I'm going to just kind of play with these a little bit. They are bendable, and I can move these around just a bit. So let me pull you in with me here, and you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay, so this part here kind of bends back. So I'm just going to fluff those up a little bit. Some move better than others. But you can see some height and dimension as we go through here. I do have some other picks I'm going to add in, and I'll show you those here in just a moment. It's nice how this garland just sort of lays on top of your mantle. It's very convenient and easy. Okay, let me grab the other picks and I'll show you what those look like. Hi there. Okay, so I went ahead and put the vase here up in the corner, and I'll pull back here in just a bit and show you. And I also put the candlesticks here on the end, just to kind of get that idea. So those are up there, and then I fluffed the leaf garland a little bit more. I then grabbed these picks. So these are the additional ones that I picked up from Hobby Lobby when I picked up the leaf garland. And let me kind of walk you through what I have. So this cranberry, I'm hoping, I think, might go well with this vase of cranberry. So these kind of, I think they play well together and are similar in colorway. So I think that'll be good. And so let me set that back down. This was $3.99. And so they range between $1.99 and $3.99. And so I just took off all the price tags. I don't have those here in front of me, but I have this one as well. It's kind of a green brown, these two. And then I have these, so I have two of the cranberry and two of the cranberry, two of the green and tan. And the cranberry also have little acorns in there, which are kind of, or not acorns, but pine cones in the center, which are really neat. And then I have these blue, and I really like the blue. I do a lot of blues and grays in decorating beyond the season, just in general in our home. And I really like this. I especially like the blue and gray back there with the tan I think it'll be a nice contrast or kind of pulling things together from what we have here as decorating in the home too. So let me go ahead and add these to the mantle and we'll see how those look interspersed in the leaves. So what you can do is, I'm going to set these down real quick so I can show you. They come pretty flat. So I would just break them up a little bit and separate the leaves and the stems. So you have some dimension between the stems and the leaves. So, nothing in nature is truly flat from my observation. So having things that kind of have some dimension between them or spaces between them kind of give you that more natural looking look to them. And these are a soft stem, or excuse me, a soft petal. And the stem is wrapped, so it does look a little bit more natural. And these are obviously plastic. Everything is plastic, but this has a wrapping on it or a coating on it, and it gives it a little bit more of that true stem branch look. Okay, so let me just start tucking these in. I think I'll start down, well, I think I'll start here, and you'll see the contrast. Let me pull you closer so you can see a little bit better. So the contrast here of the tan and the blue, I think is really nice. And, the tan on the fireplace too, I think helps make it a little bit more connected there. And then I have the greens and browns. So I'm going to do something similar with just moving these around a little bit. So there's a little bit more dimension there. And then I think I'll tuck this in over here around that white there. So got a little bit of that green and brown here with the blue. And then I think I'll tuck a cranberry in and just kind of stair step it to where it's maybe the green and tan and then the blue and then the cranberry, green, tan, blue, and so forth. So let me pull back a little bit more with my camera and we'll start adding those. So we'll do cranberry next, and I will separate these again as well. So you can see that a little bit, and then I will tuck this in here. Keep in mind, at least for me, when I decorate the mantle for Christmas, I have a beautiful, like just full swag of greenery, and it goes down the side and very full. For fall, at least right now in the first early fall stage, it's going to be a little bit more of that minimalistic look. And as fall continues and I continue to add layers, I'll see what additional picks I can pick up that have the oranges and more of those maple leaf tones as they change color and just bring in some more richness of the fall to layer on. So right now I'm just going to use these colors and then I'll add more as we go through the fall season. Okay, so let's see, we left off with, we have green and blue and red. So I'm going to do another green. I have one and more of these. So I'll break up these a little bit and then I'll put this in here. There we are. And then I have the blue again. And I have one more cranberry and 3 blue. So I'm actually kind of thinking I could do another cranberry. Or actually, let me do this. Let me move this to the end. And we can poke that out there. Maybe a little bit higher even. Poke that there. And then we'll do a blue. I'm going to separate these out here a little bit. Create some dimension. And tuck this into the garland here. Now, if you wanted to add ribbon and things, you could certainly do that. I think that would be very pretty. I don't have autumn ribbon at this time, but that would be gorgeous. Just kind of a big run of ribbon, maybe a plaid or something with maple leaves on it. Okay, and then I will add, I think, the cranberry next, and I'll finish it off with some blues. So let me add this in here. Tuck that in there. So that looks pretty balanced there. And I think I'll do a big finish in the center with the blues. So I think that will be very pretty. Just kind of tucked in here on this side. If you had acorns, I know acorns are really big this year too, and you could pop these on, the acorns on top. If you aren't ready to do pumpkins yet, you could also add some woodland animals. Those are really popular in the store right now. So I'm going to add this blue here. Make sure you can see that. I will, whoops. Well, that happens too. They can tend to fall, but anchor that back up here. Okay, I'm just going to push everything back. Make sure we're set in here. This one I think is going to pull it down. So let me add this, tuck this in a little bit better on that side. What I might even do is put this under my vase so it kind of holds it on there a little bit better. Okay, got the green. And sometimes you just have to play with things until they get situated and feel secure and where you want them and the look that you want, and just kind of build upon them. I will say I want to give credit to one of the content creators that I follow. Her name is Amy, and her channel, she does an amazing job with swags. Her channel is called Simply Our Home. Simply the letter R, home, and she does such a great job with her mantle decor. So I just want to give a shout out to her. But this is coming together. I think this pick is in the way a little bit, but I think for the most part, you get the idea. So we have the green and the tan down here, and then the blues, and carry those through. I'll probably keep adjusting those a little bit just so they are at the height and the movement that I want them to be. But I think right now, I love the colors. Let me span back just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to do the hearth area of the fireplace. I did just discover that the opening of the large vessel that I wanted to use for the cranberry vase or cranberry foliage is not big enough, not wide enough. So I have this crock downstairs, so I'm going to use it instead. And I just checked it out and it's big enough. So we'll shift gears a little bit, which is kind of what happens when you're decorating. Some things work and some things don't. So we're going to do this instead, which I'm kind of liking the dark brown with the burgundy. So we'll give it a try and see what happens. Okay, so let me walk you through what I did down here at the hearth. I put the cranberry foliage leaves, that vase into the crock, and added a few other items. So let's walk you through. Okay, so first of all, this is the Threshold Studio McGee cranberry leaf planter, I'll call it. And I put it in this dark crock down here. And then this is the canvas with the pear. And this really shows nicely as kind of a gold item. The color of gold picks up well. And I know I said I wasn't ready for pumpkins yet, but I wanted something that carried the brown. And so I've decided to go ahead and use this little raffia pumpkin that I actually had in storage. And it has a little stem. I picked it up, I think 2, maybe 3 years ago somewhere. And I actually have another one that I picked up this year from Home Goods that has lights throughout. So for now, I'm just going to use this as a filler for the brown. So then the other side, let me walk you through that. I did not have a whole lot of extra fall decor to put down at this time because it's so early. So I'm just going with stacked books, this faux plant, succulent type plant, and a gold sphere for decoration there. So that covers the mantle and the hearth for now. So I'm going to swap out this light colored pillow cover with the fall colored pillowcase. So I'm going to first unzip this. I need to find the end of that. I am finding that I don't have room for new pillows anymore, only the covers. So I'm only buying new pillow covers, easier to store, and you can use your own filler pillow for the insert. This is a little bit bigger than the insert that I have, but that's okay. If you want it to fit tighter, then I would get a bigger insert. But for now, which I may need to do, but for now it's fine. And I like it with this other pillow in front of it. Which is a velvet sort of cognac. And we'll leave it as that. I think that looks very nice against the cognac color sofa. So this wreath has a hook on the back. It's kind of a metal ring. And this is a 3M that has been up here since last Christmas. So I'm going to use it and just hang this here for now. And make sure my bow is secure. Or my ribbon rather. And I think just the way this is absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to leave it. You can move some of these around, the foliage and things, but I think that is just beautiful just the way it is. So we'll leave that there for now. And we might use it somewhere else later on, but for now I think it looks great. Okay, and the last place we're going to decorate today is this table here in the entryway. I just want to add a couple of other things. So I have my bowl that I shared earlier, and I have this fabric runner. So I'm going to put down the runner first, move these other items out of the way. The bowl that I picked up from Threshold does not have pads under it, which I can add those. But for now, I'm just going to set this down on this and protect the wood and also give it a little bit of a decoration for early fall. My dough bowl is a little big, so I'm not going to use that, I think, after all. But I think it'll come together nicely. Let me slide this in here. Okay, so I think this looks really pretty. I'm trying to decorate in threes. So I have this vase, or actually it's a crock with some picks in it. I have this print, which I think I'd like to get one off of Etsy that's more fall. This is more summer with sailboats, but I like the muted colors. And then this bowl here. So I'm going to fill this bowl with some of the bowl filler that I have. And I think for now I'm going to use the dark, maybe one of the light, well, two of the lights. Just kind of add to it. I think that is good for now. And then I also have these lights, copper wire lights. And I think I'm going to string these within the bowl filler as well. Just kind of tuck it in and around. And then I can show you a little bit more of how that looks. Now I do have these little trees, bottle brush trees. I think I might just leave them around for now. I think they're super cute. All right, so there we have it. Okay, so bowl filler, bottle brush trees in the colors of fall that I'm starting with, leaf pattern runner, and the other foliage in the crock. And then the lamp is one that I DIY'd some time ago, a few years back, and I think it works well with these colors here too. So very simple, very basic right now, and I think it looks great. Well, thank you for joining me today for this video. The early fall decorating continues, transition from summer to fall. We will continue to build upon these colors and this decor and add more to it as we continue to progress within the fall season. So for now, take time to enjoy the day and find some joy and some inspiration for yourself, and find some beauty in decorating your own space. Until we meet again in my next video, please take care. And if you have not subscribed, feel free to do so. And I also appreciate your comments and your likes, and that kind of gives me some info and feedback on what you'd like to see next, or how I can improve as well. So thank you again for joining me in my home, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye, friends.